Hello, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube. My name is Mr. Maxwell, and welcome back to another side quest about video games with myself and Exile Magpie.
Hello.
Yeah. We didn't do one last week.
No.
Though with Christmas coming up, work for me has been a bit
hectic.
So it usually about this time is. It's videos are very sketchy about this time.
Yeah, it's usually because you are literally dead to the world once you get home.
Well, working like 9-10 hours a day.
Yeah.
It kind of takes it out
in a customer-facing job.
Yeah, it kind of just takes all the energy out of you.
Yeah, both physically and mentally.
Yeah. So anyway, so there's a bit of news from. Actually, no, hold on. Because I had it on that for a reason. For some strange reason, I took it off. Basically, on the last chat that we did, like 2 weeks ago, we talked about the Mick Gordon Bethesda thing.
Yes.
Well, Bethesda have answered. And it is a very, very long answer.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Mick Gordon supplied screenshots of emails as proof.
Yes.
Bethesda have just sent us a bunch of basically a very lawyery written statement, haven't they?
Yes. I am going to put this in the description because there's so much to go through. I mean, granted to it though, it does try to answer a lot of the things that Mick Gordon puts in his. Because if you've read Mick Gordon's, that is also very long.
It is.
But again, for Mick Gordon, that's events that have happened over the course of...
At least 6 months to a year, to maybe 2.
2 years, something like that,
yeah, it's
development.
It's also including, like I say, emails, correspondence.
Yeah.
Mick Gordon is backing up his claims.
It basically... I think the good thing about it, even though it does sound very corporate if you read it, the good thing about it is that they do kind of take responsibility for their bullshit. Like some of the stuff that you can't
justify.
What's the fucking word? Dispute? Is that the word?
Dispute.
Yeah.
We got there eventually.
Yeah. My brain's not working. They kind of sort of like, we fucked up there sort of thing.
Yeah.
So it's not
just a blatant, we did nothing wrong.
We're the good guys.
Honest.
Buy our shit.
Don't pay attention to all this shit over there. Pay attention to this shiny key over
there. They
don't
really sugarcoat much, but they also do try to maybe paint themselves out to be not as bad as Mick Gordon makes them out to be. And although the problem is that with Mick Gordon having the receipts, with everything,
and the fact that like he literally basically showed the world I got paid for half the amount of shit that I did because they told me they were only going to use half the amount of shit they did. Yeah, they used all of it.
Hold on, where is it? Where's the part? Because the bit where there's a bit in Mick Gordon where he says basically he sent them like demos of what he wanted to do.
Yeah,
and then they ended up using that in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where is it? Here we go. I also know that Mick feels that some of the work included in the edited tracks was originally intended more as demos or mock-ups when originally sent. However, Chad only used music that was in-game or was part of a cinematic music construction kit. Which is like, well, hold on. If the guy who made the music is saying that music there
is not the
is a demo
and it's not the
finished product, and then you're saying, but we're only using music that was in the game, then you put music that you weren't supposed to put in the game. Yeah. Like,
and they decided to use that for the soundtrack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you see what I mean?
Yeah.
It's very... There are some bits...
It's a very convoluted way of trying to say that we weren't really that bad. It was clearly just a misunderstanding.
It was all misunderstanding.
Look, I can imagine Mick Gordon being a perfectionist because of the quality of his music is that high. Like, I can imagine him being a perfectionist and going, "Nah, I'm not happy with this. It's a demo."
He's a music producer.
I know. They're all perfectionists, but like Mick Gordon's standards seem to be so high that he could probably send out something that's like, that's not the final product, and people will go, "This is amazing." What are you talking about, Mick? But still, he's the artist. You've paid him to make the music. He has told you he's not happy with it, or this is not the final product. If you're going to use it, you need to tell him and not have him find out when the game's released or the album's released. You know, that's like common fucking sense.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
Are you government? Is Bethesda secretly a government run facility, run company? Because the civil service is notorious for not being able to use common sense. Here's the thing. He like I say, he sent us proof.
Yeah.
He sent us proof when he came out with all this stuff.
Right.
When he's and also here's the thing, right? If you are so innocent, Bethesda, if you're so innocent in this, why did you offer him a 6-figure sum to keep quiet?
Yeah.
That's the other thing, because he also sent like the receipts for that as well. Like, I'm just look, like I say, like usually when this first came out, we said there's usually some, the truth is more in the middle than either side, sort of thing. But in this case, while I wouldn't say it's 100% guaranteed all on Mick Gordon, I would, it is leaning quite heavily to his side as to how much of the truth there is. It's like, just don't give us 17 paragraphs of complete and utter bullshit. Just say, we're really sorry, we fucked up, we apologise, it won't happen again. I mean, granted, it will happen again because you're a AAA game industry company, but this is just wasting everyone's time and effort. It's wasting your time. Bethesda, it's wasting your time to write all this shit that you will just throw away and repeat again to someone else. Just not, someone as popular as Mick Gordon. It's wasting our time to have to read all this shit when we all know you probably don't mean half of it. And it's wasting everyone's time, money, and effort, and like just be better. We don't ask you to be perfect. We just ask you to treat people like they're human beings. It's not that hard. Really isn't. I know it sounds hard to some of you board of directors. I know, granted, no one listens to this, but still.
Oh, yeah.
If somehow in the miracle of the internet this finds its way to a CEO or board of directors on a AAA gaming industry,
if they hear this, we'll get a job easily. They'll be like, hire those two. They clearly talk sense.
But like, just treat people like people.
What I like there is a part in this, right? Where is it? Yeah, right. So basically, Mick Gordon was asked, would he work with? Is he still going to be working with Bethesda and all that sort of stuff? And Mick Gordon basically said, no, we'll probably never work again. That we'll work together again, is what he said. Right, and it goes. This was surprising to see, as we have never discussed ending our collaboration with him until now. And I'm like, okay, no.
You gave him a deadline.
Well, it's not even.
You gave him a deadline that forced him to crunch work over Easter, meaning he did not spend time with his family to do this, and then you fuck him over that work that he did during that period.
Yeah, they basically threw it out, didn't they? All the work he did.
Like, look, just because just because the little people that sit in the desks and do the ones and zeros that you have pretty much indemned to you because they can't just go and get another job somewhere because you can blacklist them. Just because you can do that to your so-called the people that you class as peasants, does not mean you can do that to people like Mick Gordon, whose reputation speaks for itself.
Yeah.
I say, anyone has any doubt about Mick Gordon's ability?
The weird thing is
Killing Instinct soundtrack.
The weird thing is like that him saying that we'll work together again is surprising after he released that big document.
Well, no. Right. Here's the thing. When it all went down, he'd said then. This is like afterwards.
Oh, okay.
So the thing is like the way he was treated. Everyone with a tiny, itsy bitsy little common bit of sense would go, yeah, he doesn't need to work for them.
Yeah.
He's not going to work for them. Yeah. Does it suck that if there is another Doom game,
it's not going to be Mick Gordon?
It's not going to be Mick Gordon's music? Yes, it will suck a lot. It will be terrible. There's a piece of the Doom soul that will be missing. However, Mick Gordon could probably walk into any other game company
and get a job.
And they will probably...
They'll hire him because he's a contractor.
They will probably hire him as a contractor for a soundtrack of a game. Like I said, Doom wasn't a one-off for Mick. I would argue that his Killer Instinct tracks, some of them are even better. I honestly think that. Some of the soundtracks to Killer Instinct is phenomenal.
I think, is it BFG from the 2016?
Oh, BFG Division.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's
his best. That's his best. To me, anyway. That's so good. It just baffles me that you can treat somebody that way, and then when they say we're not going to work, we're not going to work.
Be surprised when
be surprised.
Here's the thing, right? It makes me think. So, is that how you treat all your contractors? Because if that's the case, that is a shitty working environment to put them in. Mick Gordon has and this is the thing, they were shocked. It's Mick Gordon, like we said, has the ability to just turn around and say, no, I'll work with company B. Half the companies in the game industry would probably snatch Mick Gordon's hand off.
Yeah, if he was like, oh yeah, I'll do the soundtrack for your game.
If you've got a game coming out that has a metal or a very visceral feel to it, Mick Gordon is the man. He's the man. He is one of the few people that could probably instantly make a piece of music that will just make that game 10 times better.
Yeah.
And it's just it's not only am I surprised that you're shocked that a contractor that you've treated poorly does not want to work with you again. More importantly, it's Mick freaking Gordon. You've treated Mick Gordon poorly. And and then you're shocked that he doesn't want to work with you again. It's Mick Gordon, like I said, Mick Gordon, potentially, his music speaks for itself. He could look to any other game company. If you turn down Mick Gordon, you're an idiot.
Well, depending on the type of game.
It'd
be very weird to have Mick Gordon
to a Final Fantasy game
doing big heavy metal stuff to
a Final Fantasy game.
Pokemon.
Oh, Pokemon. Then again, if it was a Pokemon brawler.
Actually, yeah, you got a point.
But my point being if Mick Gordon, if you want Mick, who would turn down Mick Gordon? If you were making a game that suits his heavy style of music, you'd be a fool to not approach him.
You're not going to.
The only people that I could probably go, yeah, it's understandable why you don't want Mick Gordon is if small indies that don't actually have the money for the services of Mick Gordon because, you know, like I said, he's a perfectionist. He's one of the best in the business. He's probably going to be top dollar.
Yeah.
He's worth it, every blooming penny, but he's expensive.
Moving on with that, it doesn't look like Mick Gordon's going to be working with Bethesda.
Ever again.
Or at least id.
Id.
He may go to like Tango or something. We don't know.
I think the fact that Bethesda's gotten involved is probably basically now Mick's gone, nah.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm not going to deal with any of your bullshit.
But moving on from there, GameStop.
Oh, what have they done now?
Their website is apparently, and I want to say that in big letters, apparently, showing customer data, including addresses.
Yes! Because, of course, GameStop can't even get a website right.
Because
GameStop.
I mean, I don't think there's been a month where somebody hasn't said, "Oh, this happened at GameStop," and then you just go, "Yeah, that makes sense."
This is the thing. Like, this is the thing with GameStop now. Their reputation is so far down in the gutter that literally they could do all, like the fact that they've doxed like
all their
customers. They've doxed their customers, and I'm like,
yeah, that sounds like GameStop.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like him. That hasn't happened. That doesn't sound implausible. That actually sounds like GameStop would actually do that. Why? Because the management, the people in charge of GameStop are cheap, don't know what the hell they're doing, and are morons. I know I'm generalising here, but,
so,
you know.
Basically, there was a bug on the website that every time, basically, if you tried to sign in and you refreshed the page,
it showed someone else's details.
It basically showed you that someone else's
details
and stuff like that.
Oh,
it was
dear.
very, very odd. It's a weird bug, let's be honest. But
that's the sort of thing that as soon as it's mentioned, you shut the site down instantly. Somehow I don't think they did that.
People on Twitter were then like bringing it up, and basically one of them was, you can see the digital currency codes as it sends the verification codes to your own email.
Oh, that's even better.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, why don't you just give a hacker the access to their entire finance department?
Somebody was able to actually see a full credit card number.
I mean, that's not an issue, clearly.
Somebody claimed that they were able to cycle through multiple accounts just by refreshing the page.
So they've done an update, and they've basically fucked over their entire website.
Well, all their like signed in customers,
which has absolutely fucked over all their customers.
Yeah, pretty much. So hopefully, nobody's been caught out with this, but this is still bad.
Yeah, this is the sort. You know when you hear like digital company Y gets fined like £6.5 million.
Yeah,
this is the sort of shit that causes that. Like the people in charge, at least over here. I don't know about America, but I would imagine they have to be equally harsh on this sort of thing. But, you know, when there's a data breach of this sort of, on this level...
Oh, yeah, the hammer comes down.
You have to hit them with the hammer. You have to literally... And the problem is that does GameStop have the money to pay whatever giant-ass fine that is coming their way? Because this is one of those slam dunk things of like, yeah, you fucked up.
Really, really badly.
Really badly. Like, there's the only thing you can defend against is the level of punishment you're getting. Because you're getting punished.
Oh, bless him.
But yeah, I do feel sorry for anyone that's actually had their personal beat.
Could you imagine, like, if you just bought something off the website, and then, like, a day later you find out that this bug happened? There's a high chance that your details were leaked.
Yeah, which means that you have to then get all your credit cards or
you have to change
debit
everything.
cards or whatever, all your financial details. You have to change your bank signs in and all that shit. Like, it's a lot of hassle.
You've got to see if you can change your actual credit card number.
Yeah.
So you'd have to get a new one, which I think you do have to buy. Like you can't.
If it's a credit card, you have
you
to pay
can't
for
just.
I would charge.
Anyway.
I would charge GameStop.
I would charge GameStop, but still, that's a lot of hassle.
It is a lot of
That's
hassle.
so much hassle just because GameStop website decided that no, I'm not going to work today.
Cash is so much safer.
Yeah.
But the problem is that you can't pay everything with cash now.
No.
No.
That's the weirdest. That's the thing that I don't like about like right now, is like you can go into shops and they're like, yeah, we don't take cash, and I'm like, what?
I mean, technically, they should really be able to take cash because it's legal tender.
But there's some places that don't
have
take cash.
tills.
You have to pay by card
because they don't
and
have
it's
tills.
like, why?
I know the reason why. It's a lot. You are more aware of the money you're spending if you are spending actual cash.
Yeah.
So they don't want you to be aware of the money you're spending.
Oh yeah, I know this. I know that. I get that. But like, come on. Don't be a
It's
dick.
why a lot of online games have like microtransactions of like $1 or like 50 cents or £5 or something like that. Like, it's so that you don't notice how much you're actually spending. Granted, Overwatch 2's microtransactions are not micro at any level. They are not microtransactions. Like 20 frigging pounds for a skin. Are you taking the piss? Don't answer that. We already know the answer. It's called yes. Just
GameStop, eh? Just what? What are you doing?
here's the thing, like, if and when GameStop finally keel over, and
I
die,
don't think they're going to die. GameStop will never die, right? Because if they were going to die, they would have died by now. They're going to go the way. It's going to be like they're going to be like the cockroach. The end of the world will happen,
and GameStop will still be there.
gods will come down and destroy all of humanity, and
GameStop will still be there.
There'll just be a GameStop just there in the
There'll be a
middle of this like
GameStop,
fiery.
There'll be a GameStop, a McDonald's, and I don't know, a Chuck E. Cheese or something like that. There'll be something. Things that's just like, how are you still here?
Wilco. There'll be a Wilco.
Yeah.
I know that for certain. I look at that and I'm just like, how is this here? How is this actually
How is this
here?
still financially viable?
Yeah. For anybody who doesn't know, Wilco is a very poorly managed company in Britain, and somehow, some way they survive. And I can't figure out how. I think they've got like some deal with the devil. Like maybe they like sacrifice.
Either that or their investors that they keep siphoning money off are literal vegetables.
Maybe.
And I don't mean people who are, I mean actual vegetables that somehow have money.
Yeah.
Anyway,
moving on. What happened a couple of weeks ago, and this was quite shocking for me. I wasn't expecting this. Although it is Japan, and I should really get used to this because this happens a lot.
In Japan.
But Yuji Naka, the creator of Sonic,
one of the co-creators of Sonic,
one of the co-creators of Sonic, he also made that Balan Wonderland thing, which we won't talk about.
Nope.
He has been arrested for tax fraud.
So he joins an ever-growing list of people that are...
I don't think anybody in Japan pays tax. I think that's what it is.
Or
at least everybody who's like well known,
yeah,
like in any sort of media, so like even just a little bit famous, they don't seem to pay tax.
that are Japanese.
No, Japanese.
That are Japanese because there are foreign nationals in Japan that are famous, and I guarantee you, those people will double cross their T's and double dot their I's to make sure that their taxes are properly paid. Because I've got a feeling, like Japan. Let's all be honest. Japan has a reputation. They're not
the most open.
Well, not that friendly to foreign nationals.
Yeah.
Or at least that's the reputation they have. So I can definitely see like the tax office literally seeing like person B from the United States going literally like he is 5 yen under tax. He has paid less than he's paid 5 yen under the tax he's supposed to. I shall go and visit his house and make sure he pays, or he will go to jail. Something like that. I mean, granted, I'm being hyperbolic, but still, but there's him. There was a few years ago the writer for Log Horizon.
Log Horizon. A couple of years. I mean, I think a year before that. Actually, there was another. Like there was an actor or something like that.
There's been quite a few
like
famous Japanese.
At least famous in
media,
Japan.
Famous in Japan. Media personnel who have been found guilty of, and I don't understand. Like, part of me is thinking, is the tax system in Japan that confusing? Because the reputational damage they get is horrendous in Japan. Like it's not even like a simple slap on the wrist that you would over here. Or in America, where as a badge of honor.
Yeah.
I failed to pay tax. Ha ha. No, in Japan, your reputation is gone.
Yeah.
Like, you have to start from the ground zero. It's like, it's only now. Like, it took, 4-5 years for even Log Horizon Season 3 to even be thought of?
Yeah, something like that.
Because it was at the end of Season 2 that he was arrested.
Yeah.
And then, literally, just Log Horizon just disappeared off the face of the fucking earth.
Yeah.
Only now it's, like, coming back, and I'm like, am I actually going to get Volume 12 of the light novels?
Yeah.
Am I going to get Volume 12 now? I mean, granted, I need Volume 20 of Arpeggio, but that's because it's always sold out. But anyway, I digress. But yeah, it's like, I look at it and I'm like, well, is it this sort of, like, massive risk-reward thing? Like, oh, well, I'll make massive gains if I don't pay tax, because the Japanese tax is that high. I don't know. I'm just speculating here. But the downside to that is, yes, I will make all this money, but if I get caught, my career is fucking gone.
So
like, I'm trying to figure out, like, the whole justification for doing, like, I understand here in the UK and in the US because, one, it's fucking easy because there's actual loopholes put in the system to allow rich people to not pay tax, and two, like I say, in some places they treat you like a badge of fucking honour instead of, you know, the whole thing of, like, you are literally stealing from the public.
So he's been arrested for mainly insider trading.
Oh, that's even worse.
Yeah, it is even worse. He is the latest suspect in a case regarding insider trading surrounding a new Dragon Quest game. This is that Dragon Quest Treasure.
Yeah. Is it the mobile or?
I don't think it is a mobile game, but it does do, like, it's got a lot of, like, RNG and stuff.
Live services stuff.
It looks like a live service game, I think. They were arrested, him and two others, Tatsuki Sasaki and Fumiaki Suzuki, were arrested for acquiring stock in Japanese developer aiming shortly before it was announced that it was working on a new Dragon Quest game.
Yeah. So basically, and this is what there usually is for insider trading, is these people have information that is private, and they use that information to buy shares or sell shares in a company to make a profit. So they knew this company was going to be making a Dragon Quest game because they're part of the reason why they were making this. And so they knew that when it was going to be announced, their shares would go up. So they bought shares in it. That is insider trading. You're not allowed to do it. The opposite end of this is selling shares of a company if you know something bad's going to come out. For example, I don't know if this is just an example. There's no accusation that this actually happened. But, for example, the San Francisco... the California lawsuit against Activision, if any Activision employees or shareholders knew about that and then sold Activision shares prior to the announcement, when they knew the announcement was coming and knew that they would be detrimental to the shares, obviously, then that is also insider trading and it's scummy to do because you know your shares are going to lose value. You deliberately offload them so that you don't lose that value. It's still insider trading. You are using, basically, insider trading is using information that the public do not have access to as an advantage to make a profit. is the most simplest, basic term. I know it's a bit more complicated than that, but...
So, all in all, there's 3 that's been arrested
Yeah.
for this, including Yuji Naka. And it's not looking good. I'm not going to lie. If anybody knows what the law system in Japan is like, it's not great if you're the bad guy.
Yeah.
if you like, I think it's on like a 99% guilty verdict.
Yeah.
If
you're the defendant, you're in.
It's not good.
And it gets to court.
Yeah, if you're a defendant and it gets to the court, yeah, it's not good.
It's bad news.
But again, that is also what you could say is that's also part of the what did you say? The representation.
Yeah.
That just goes away your respectability.
Yeah.
What should I say? It just goes down the toilet the minute it's going to, oh, by the way, this guy's been arrested. That's it. You're guilty, apparently, to everybody. I know it's like innocent until proven guilty, but in Japan, if people know you've been arrested,
Japan society still has like a semi or honorary honor thing. Like it's not honourable to avoid tax. It's not honourable to do crime. Blah 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 blah. And so, societally wise, you're fucked.
Yeah, just for being accused. So,
which means that system is also open to abuse. But like, yeah, it's it's shocking's not the word, but like disappointing sort of thing. Like, I'm like, oh, did you have to? Did you have? Because clearly, part of me's wanting to say, well, clearly there must have been some evidence for them to arrest them on that, and like, for them to arrest them on this specific thing, it must be a slam dunk. I know innocent until proven guilty, as well though, but.
Well, the thing is with these sort of things is like when it comes to fraud, unless like someone's framed you, like someone's done something and then put your name on it, sort of thing.
Yeah.
I can't see it because it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard to like disprove that you didn't do this.
Yeah. Although
for insider trading.
Yeah. Also, it's in Japan, which means that like it's unlikely that your reputation will help you through the court case. Unlike here, when a certain person got tried for fraud and then got found not guilty by a jury.
No.
Even though his dog had a...
he was innocent. It's clearly his dog was the guilty one.
Clearly.
All right? It was his dog.
Clearly.
Okay?
Clearly.
I mean, his dog had a bank in the Cayman Islands, mate. Come on.
In the dog's name.
In the dog's name. This is what I'm saying. The dog had a bank.
I know.
It's clearly the dog was the bad guy.
Clearly.
That's how it happened.
That's how. See, this is why prosecutors don't want fraud cases to be put in front of people and juries. Anyway, we're digressing onto things we really shouldn't be talking about.
Yeah,
because they're not to do with games. But yeah, it's disappointing. Again, innocent till proven guilty, but considering Japan's reputation and record in its justice system, I highly doubt they're not going to be found guilty.
Yeah, it
could be that 1.3%. You never know. You never know.
Who knows?
Maybe he didn't know that that company was going to announce that they were making a Dragon Quest game.
I don't think so, because I'm pretty sure he's on the team.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like that, maybe he didn't know they were going to announce it.
I'm pretty sure he's on the team that's making the game.
Yeah,
I think that's the problem.
That's the problem. I know that's the problem. That's the big issue here. Like, we're trying to say, like, well, innocent until proven guilty, but it's like, he really shouldn't be buying shares of a company that he knows is going to have its shares go up because of information that only he knows from insider information. Hence the insider part of insider trading.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Oh, it's tough.
Anyway, moving on.
Okay, so Pokemon Pokemon came out.
Scarlet and
Scarlet and Violet.
Violet, yeah.
Yeah. A true open world Pokemon game.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. It's terrible.
I'll
rephrase that. I'm gonna rephrase that. It's not terrible.
It's buggy.
It's just very, very buggy. Like, it's like Bethesda released this version of Pokemon.
Yeah. Here's the thing, right? I've watched other people play it, and I've seen people try and go in houses, and they're not going in houses, and I'm like, wait, this is a Pokemon game. Why can't you go in houses? Why can't you go in that house? It's a Pokemon game.
Yeah.
No, I am the protagonist of this RPG. I should be allowed to go into every single house, look into every single nook and cranny, and steal everything.
Yeah. That's how it works.
That's how an RPG, that's how a classic RPG goes. If it's not nailed down, it's mine.
Not in this one. No.
No. Well, clearly, the people of Pokemon have learned, and they've locked the doors.
There was one bug that I was watching somebody play, and they were going up. There's this like the mountain, and there's boulders coming down.
Yeah.
Right, and obviously you can.
You're supposed to try and dodge it, but you can't get hit.
But if you go and take a selfie, you can just take a selfie. It doesn't hit you.
Yeah.
It just bounces off you.
Right, okay. I can understand where that comes from, because it's like, well, if you're...
But it's funny.
It is funny as hell.
It's funny as
hell, but I can understand why that's there.
Quality gameplay right there.
Yeah, but I can understand why that's there, because it's like, well, clearly this person wants to take a selfie of themselves, and and we have random objects moving around all the time, so we just don't have them. And also, like, do you know how annoying it is in those type of games where you're trying to take a photo and something random just appears through, and it just like blocks the entire fucking camera?
Yeah.
Like, no, thank you. So they probably that's probably why they've done it that way. It probably is a bug. It probably is actually a bug still, because I think what they probably should do is basically it comes in, if it was going to go into view, it just disappears.
I think what it should do is just pause the game.
Yeah, or pause the game. No, the problem is with that is, like, if you're taking a selfie, you may want say you want to take a safe selfie with a Pokemon behind you. You want the Pokemon to do a specific thing.
Yeah.
If you pause it, if it pauses, you have to then time it to go into the selfie mode with the Pokemon, which is a little bit more difficult than taking a selfie, seeing the picture and seeing the Pokemon behind you, and then you can just hit the button to take the picture. Like I say, I think it's still a bug, because I don't think it's supposed to just, disobey the laws of physics and go around them. But like what they should have done is have the thing disappear. Like, if it was going to hit the person, or if it was going to come into camera view, it basically disappears. That's what it should have done.
There's
personally, but I've seen plenty of other bugs, like the bug eye bug.
Yeah, the eyes. Oh my god!
I've seen that. That is a definite bug.
The no floor bug.
Yeah.
Basically, just nothing there. You just walking in there. And I know a lot of people are defending it by saying, well, clearly the Switch is not powerful enough to run it. Mm.
And I literally counter with what's the RPG with the swords?
Oh, Xenoblade.
Xenoblade Chronicles 3.
Mm.
Xenoblade Chronicles 3 does not look worse than Pokemon.
No.
And it runs a lot better.
Yeah.
So clearly, like, that's not the reason. I think because it's only been just over a year since Sword and Shield. It's not been that long.
It's been about a year, I think. Maybe
right.
2, maybe a year and a half.
Year and a half, maybe, max. It's an awfully short time between Pokemons.
Yeah, that's true. It has been a very short time. Actually, to be fair, most Pokemon games, they're getting shorter and shorter between them.
Yeah. I mean, part of the reason is because they're literally sending out the same game. They're just, changing the scenery.
Yeah.
And adding a couple of new Pokemon.
Yeah, but usually that would take... Even that would be 2-3 years between.
Like, I honestly think, for whatever reason, this has been rushed out way too early. And I don't know why.
Maybe new Switch?
Possibly, but again, like...
And they just wanted to get started on a new Pokemon for that one?
Maybe. I don't know. But then there wasn't a new Switch coming out. The new Switch.
No, what I'm saying is maybe there is a new Switch coming out, and they want to get started on development.
Yeah, but the only thing the only Switch that's ever been rumored is like the Switch 1.5, like not an actual.
No. There's been rumors of a Switch 2.
Yeah, I know.
That's what I'm saying.
But the thing is, those rumors, they're not like, it's not like a PS4 to a PS5. It's more like a PS4 to. It's like the Switch Pro version.
Isn't that the OLED?
No, it wasn't. The OLED is just like. Just a better screen in a sense, maybe a little bit more powerful, but it's not that it's not that jumping in level of like technological power.
I always thought the OLED was basically the Pro.
No, it's not.
Version.
So I'm literally like, why have they rushed this out? It's clearly not ready.
I'm thinking,
and Nintendo is famous for delaying games that aren't ready, unless Game Freak have literally gone, no, we want to get it.
There's got to be something.
There's got to be something. If there is, here's the thing, right? If there is another Switch, a more powerful, or a Switch 2, or whatever the hell they're going to call it.
Yeah.
If there is one coming out, this is not the game that they should have been making for it.
No.
And again, they may have just rushed it out so that they can focus on the next game.
Yeah.
But if there is a more powerful Switch, I'm literally coming out, or a new console from Nintendo, if you're making another Pokemon game, just give us everything.
Yeah, please do.
Just give us everything. Just give us the entire Pokédex. Give us all the regions. Let us literally do what Ash does.
Yeah.
In the anime. Let us literally go from one region to the other, 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 to the other. Let us do that. Please.
Yeah, what you could do is
and let us do it with friends.
I would actually like to do, like, basically you start off where Ash starts.
Yeah.
And then make your way round.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. That's
what like I say, like literally like what Ash does. Yeah. Starts off in...
Because you don't even have to give us every island straight off. I mean, if you wanted to, you could release the first game. And maybe have 1, 2, 3 islands. First 3 islands.
Yeah. Do Pokemon Red and Blue.
Red and Blue.
Gold and Silver.
And Black and White.
Black and White.
Is it Black and White?
Is it not Emerald
and Sapphire? Emerald and Sapphire.
Ruby and Sapphire.
Ruby and Sapphire, yeah.
Give us those 3.
Yeah.
And
then bring it as even because if you make those 3 good enough, and then you add in another island later on.
X and Y. Black and White. Sun and Moon.
Even if it's like DLC that you have to pay for, I think people would still buy it.
Yeah.
I think people would do that.
But also, actually let it be properly multiplayer. Like, not in, just in groups or in fights. Like, no, let us all meet together in the world.
You see, this is my problem. Right? As much as I want this. Like, I want a multiplayer Pokemon game. As much as I want that. Nintendo's online sucks.
Yes, I know, but this will be for the next console, which may be actually...
I don't believe it'll ever be it'll ever be better than what it is. Nintendo's online sucks. Until Nintendo can work. Well,
right. Here's the thing, right. So literally, we are at the moment. Nintendo's around about PS2 level of internet capability. Let's be honest.
Pushing PS3. Pushing. They're getting there. They're pushing it, but they're getting
there. So the next console, by logic, they'll be at PS3.
Yeah.
So there we go. That's all we need.
Yeah,
that's all we need.
That's true. Yeah,
the ability to form a party and play around together on our own group and not have to have our phones connected to our fucking console.
That's the other thing that I want. I want to be able to actually just jack my headset into either the controller, like Xbox and PlayStation, or into the actual machine.
Yeah.
Because, no, I don't want to use... Why am I using an app on my phone to talk to people? Come on.
I believe the reasoning behind that was because they couldn't fit the Switch with...
No, I know the reasoning. They made the console thinking, oh yeah, everybody's going to love this, and then completely forgot that online was a thing.
Yeah.
They completely forgot that people might actually want to play online with each other
and they did
talk.
I did not have the ability to throw Wi-Fi.
Yeah, and they completely forgot that. Oh shit, we don't actually have a jack.
We can't. Yeah, people may want to play with other people that aren't in the same area. Next to each other or in the same house. I mean, it's cool when you do it, but like, some of us, have friends who don't live in the same postcode.
Yeah, like it's really good. Like I love my Switch.
Yeah,
but like.
For what it does, it does it very, 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 very.
I am not playing online on that thing. It's just not happening. It's good. It's probably the best couch co-op console that's out at the moment.
Yeah, easily.
There's so many couch co-op games on there. It's very good.
Wi-Fi connection is really actually pretty good. The problem is if you want to do anything like other than just play.
Yeah.
Like if you want to talk to people, then we have issues.
We've got problems now.
We have problems now.
But anyway, back to Pokemon. This one, even though it is the worst rated Pokemon game,
because it is basically just
very buggy.
It's very buggy and is just a Pokemon game.
Yeah. It's also I think it's the highest selling Pokemon game now.
Yes.
At least in the UK it is.
Yes.
In the UK it was gold and silver. They were the biggest money makers
that they'd ever had on launch.
On launch over here, and that has now been beaten by Violet and Scarlet.
I just have to say this. The reason why, just look at the starter Pokemon.
Look
at those 3 starter Pokemon. Literally, like, you don't even... I saw those 3 starter Pokemon, I was like, yeah, all the merchandising is just those 3.
Oh, yeah.
That is it. Those 3 are your merchandising. They are adorable. Like, they are adorable to the level... Do you remember those, like, crystalline fox-like creatures in The Last Jedi?
Yeah.
That level of adorable.
Yeah, that's true.
And I still don't understand why Disney did not sell those things.
Yeah.
That was literally a license to print money.
Oh, I've got. Speaking of adorable, like if there is not a plushie of this at some point, Sony have like completely missed the step. Now I'm not going to say anything because it's spoilers, but there is an incredibly cute animal
in God of War
later on in God of War, and I was just like, oh my god.
Look at you.
I just want to pet it. Like, if you can get a cute, plushy hunter from Bloodborne, which I have got.
Yes. We are looking at it right now.
There's no reason why we can't have this cute, plushy animal from God of War.
And since Sony's not dumb, they know when they can sell merchandise on something. I mean, you just have to look at all the Sack Boys.
Oh yeah, I've got one right there.
I know.
Look at him. He's just sat there, all happy like.
I know. It's amazing.
I gotta move. You know what? I've got so much stuff in this room.
Do it's all awesome, but I
have too much stuff.
It is kind of too much.
And Oliver McQueen's just randomly looking the wrong way.
It's because of the ending of the.
It's because of the ending. Yeah, the ending of the CW. The CW got like, oh my god,
But anyway, yeah, Pokemon. I've watched people play Pokemon. It is buggy as hell. However, underneath that game is an actual decent Pokemon game. Underneath all the bugs and that, it's not like Fallout 76, which was literally devoid of fucking life on launch, and devoid of substance on launch. Pokemon.
It still does the Pokemon stuff good.
Yeah, it's still a Pokemon game. I do think the next Pokemon game needs to have moving to open world is fine. It's great. That's a good step. It does need to actually have the ability for me to link up with my friends and not just in a special battle.
Yeah.
I want to be able to go out with my friends and go and do take turns taking on the gym leaders. Like we both do our gym badges all at the same time. We go for it. We all have to fight the same people. They get magical fucking revives and everything.
Yeah.
So that person who's going out and
what actually it really would be cool, right? So say because this is what I was thinking of, like all the things that we could do if there was like a Pokemon MMO.
Yeah.
Right. So say somebody goes in. Say you're in a group with you and your mates.
Yeah.
Right. And obviously, only one person can take on the gym at
Any one time.
Any one time. So what if one person's going through the gym and everybody else is like up in the stands watching?
Oh, that'd
so
be cool.
But you can actually watch the fights
and the
from
fights,
the stands.
I think they do the fights now actually out in the open as well. It's not like a battle scene now. It's actually. And I'm like, yes. Now just let me do this with my friends.
Yeah.
Let me do this with my friends. That's the next step.
I think what they should do. I generally do think they should aim at making an MMO for Pokemon.
Yes.
I think that would be one really cool.
That would be a license for Nintendo to print money.
Yeah, and Game Freak. Game Freak would just be rolling in it forever.
You just have to look at how much friggin' hype and popularity Pokemon Go was at the beginning. That is the closest we've got to an MMO Pokemon game. That is literally the closest, and that was just like ridiculously popular.
Because I think Final Fantasy 14 is the biggest MMO right now.
Yeah.
Because that's the one that it just makes all the money. But I think if they could figure out, because this is the thing, this is why I think, one, we need a new console.
Yes.
And Nintendo needs to make a much powerful console. And two, they need to sort their internet out. But that if they came out and went, we're making a Pokemon MMO, it would just kill everything.
Yeah.
Because everybody would play that.
Yes.
I think all they'd have to do is it's $5 a month.
So a subscription, yeah.
Yeah. They could make the subscription cheap as chips, and they'd still roll.
Everyone who is anyone would pay a subscription to it.
Yeah, pretty much. I think.
So there's one feature. If they do that, the second feature they need to implement now is the ability to customize clothes for Pokemon.
Yeah.
So I want to have camera glasses on Squirtle.
Yes. The amount of those that'll be going around.
Oh yeah, there'll be millions of them. But that's just why it's so cool.
I'd probably give Bulbasaur a top hat and a monocle.
Yes.
A top hat and a monocle. All the way.
Well, let me see. Charizard would get a Viking helmet from me. Onyx would just be decked out in armor.
I think what you could also do with it, like other little things that you could do with an MMO, you could hold tournaments.
Oh, actual tournaments.
A yearly tournament.
Speaking
for players to come.
Okay, sidetrack. Speaking of tournaments, please, Final Fantasy 14, find a way to make Blitzball in your game. Please.
You could
There's
hold
the local
tournaments,
plug for that.
which because of Pokemon Coliseum, you could have just a giant Coliseum somewhere that everybody goes to, and you could watch the tournament via the game, which I think that's just super fucking cool. Obviously the gym battles. I would probably say you'd probably have to do something story wise. You'd have to make some sort of story.
Yes. To justify why you're doing all this stuff.
Yes.
Apart from wanting to be.
But we all know the reason why. It's because the professor wants to bang your mom.
Yeah.
That's why it's really happening.
Yeah. And you're just there in the way.
You're in the way, so he's telling you to go out and hunt all 150 Pokemon.
Except now it's not all 151. It'll be like 1,000.
Yeah.
It's something ridiculous now, all the Pokemon they had. The actual number.
Yeah.
And at least that's the thing. Here's another thing. If they did that, they would have to have all the Pokemon.
Oh, yeah. This is why
every single one.
This is why I think an MMO would be perfect. Because one, like I said, you could start off with like the first 3 islands.
Yeah, and this is the thing with Pokemon MMO. It fits, like, it instantly leans itself to the min-maxers because there was metagaming in it. Like, there were certain Pokemon that are stronger than others, but it also plays its way to the collectors because it's like, I've got to catch all of them.
I've got to catch every single one.
You have to make they'd have to make a story reason why everyone's got Mewtwo though.
Well, not really.
Because and Mew.
Not really.
Because there's only.
I know. In lore, there's only
one Mew and one Mewtwo.
That's the thing. You just have that as basically the way Destiny does it, where it's like everybody's a guardian, but for your game,
You are the guardian.
You are the guardian.
Yeah.
So everybody else around you is also a guardian. So in this, it's like everybody else around you are trainers, but you are the trainer.
Yes.
So that's how everybody has.
Yeah.
Because it's like in your story you're the trainer, but in his story he is also the trainer.
Hence the reason why he got muted and you got muted.
Yeah. So there you go. That's how you do that. The events that you could hold, like, could you imagine a Christmas event in a Pokemon MMO?
Yeah.
Like, there's so much potential.
Nintendo, we offer our services like we do to every single other company.
There's so much potential.
Except this time we actually have ideas for you.
In Pokemon. That, like, you could just, like, they're endless. The ideas that I mean, come on, who generally thought that they were going to make a beat-em-up game, a fighting game, out of Pokemon?
And yet they did.
And it sold fucking pancakes.
Here's the thing, right? I would probably say Pokemon, MMO Pokemon, I would probably push for Nintendo to release it on PC as well.
Probably.
With crossplay.
Yeah. I don't see why not.
Obviously, while I would like all the other two consoles to get them,
that's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen.
No. That's not going to happen.
But, like, yeah, like, if Nintendo wants to literally become the dominant force of all time, that's the...
I mean, they've already got Mario. That pretty much kills everything when Mario comes out. Mario just murders everything.
Like, Pokemon MMO game with... Like we say, we start with 3 regions.
Yeah, you just start with 3 regions.
So, I can't remember what they're called. The Sinnoh...
I can't remember what their name is.
The first 3 games. You basically have the regions from the first 3 games. You somehow figure a way to link them all up together.
Or just do it One Piece. They're just islands randomly out of the world. Most of the world is just
water. Well, that's what they'll be, but like the transportation to get to each one.
Well, it's called a boat.
Yes. Yes, I know. It's not as simple as in the game, though. Like...
Oh, no. Most MMOs, it's just fast travel.
Yes,
so
I know.
You have a story reason as to why you got over there.
Yes, I know, but like you can't just... I know what I mean when I say that. You can't just like give them all 3 islands instantly. You have to like...
Well, yeah, you basically just unlock them as the story goes along.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, and start with 3 islands, and then you probably introduce and then each expansion is another fucking...
Exactly. How cool is that? Like, yeah, the next expansion is this, and then you're like, woo! You know,
next expansion
kind of like what Final Fantasy is doing with it. Basically, every next expansion is it's like new story stuff.
Yeah.
But like the stuff they actually show you is just like the last one was for Endwalker. The main stuff they showed you was like all the Final Fantasy X shit.
Yeah. Yeah, we got the new
new Primal.
The new Primal fight is
Anima. Oh, nice, great! It's gonna scream me to death. Thanks for that.
To which all the Final Fantasy X fans lost their shit.
Yeah. To be fair, Anima's a badass fucking summon.
Oh yeah, Anima is a damn good, like, fucking awesome summon style. Everything. It's like, yeah, you went to town with this. Like,
I'm waiting for because Yojimbo's already in it because he came in. Stormblood? He was in Stormblood. He came in Stormblood. But Yojimbo's not like a primal fight. His is actually a dungeon that you have to go through, and he's the final boss.
Yeah.
Basically. But Yojimbo's on it. Susano's fucking awesome. Susano's the one where you actually your tank can block the can block the giant sword.
Oh,
that's Susano.
That's amazing. So yeah, I know we haven't really been talking about actual Pokemon Scarlet.
Because right, if you think about it, right, the big dungeons or the big raids that can be like the legendary Pokemon.
Yes, Zapdos.
Yeah.
So for the first style, you have Zapdos, Articuno.
Yeah. And then, unfortunately, this is going to annoy people, but like when you get to the end, if you want to get those Pokemon, it's just RNG, whether you get it or not. And look, I go through RNG a lot through fucking Destiny and Final Fantasy when I get to the top of those fucking raids and I don't get the goddamn minion that I want. It's
the armor.
And all the armor, and I have to go all the way through it all over again. It's like, fine.
Yeah, no, but the thing is, like
but if you make your raids and your dungeons good enough...
Yeah, you make your raids... If you make your raids fun enough to do over and over again. Like I say, Destiny's grind doesn't feel as grindy as Overwatch.
Yeah.
Right? Because Destiny 2 combat loop is fun. Unlike Overwatch 2's combat loop, Overwatch 2's gameplay loop is very RNG and dependent on, not being saddled with a team of fucking idiots.
We're not going to fight for the point. What do you mean? Wait, what?
We've got the point.
We've got the point. We're going to spawn camp them now. Wait, no, everybody, come back now. Oh, you all died.
And now me, as the sole surviving support, now has to take on the entirety of the enemy team.
All alone.
Who,
Thank you.
Who, as usual, has a Sombra that is invisible and is going to hack me.
Fucking Sombra, man. I still can't figure out that bug on Overwatch. I still cannot figure out why I can't join.
Is it still not working?
Yeah, it's still not working. I can't join with it. It's like, what's going on? I've looked at everything, and I've looked online, and nobody else seems to be having this problem. So, I've looked at privacy settings. I've looked at.
Have you uninstalled and reinstalled and see if that works?
No, because I'm afraid that if I do that, they'll take everything off me.
Yes, that's very true.
I mean, I could give it a go. I mean, it's not like I'm
that invested anymore.
Well, no, I am invested. It's just like I finished the battle pass, so it's not like I give a shit.
Yeah.
And even then, I only really gave a shit about the battle pass because of that Mercy skin. Once I got to the Mercy skin, I was like, oh, I'll just play this whenever.
Yeah, but back to Pokemon and the fact that it's so buggy. I do think they've rushed this out, and it kind of ruins the reputation.
Yeah.
Of the game, which is unfortunate.
Well, to be fair, Sword and Shield kind of did that.
Yeah, because they basically did Pokemon, they're still doing Pokemon by the numbers.
Yeah.
And it's frustrating now because it's like, well, we used to justify this because it was on a handheld. Like, you were only tasked with so much. You're now you're going up against.
Well, here's the thing though. When they were on the handheld, I would argue that the advancements that they actually did, whenever the new Game Boy came out, they always used that whatever advancements was on that Game Boy to its fullest. So, with the colour, they were able to use all. I've lost my word. Basically, colouring all the Pokemon.
Yeah.
Although,
to be honest, let's be honest, they are lazy when it comes to the shinies.
Yeah, I know, but I don't really care about the shinies.
I know, but some people do.
I know some people do, but me personally, if I've got a Bulbasaur, I'm not arsed if it's got a star going around it. It's a shiny one. So.
Well, the shinies is like a skin tone change.
Yeah, that's about it.
That's pretty much it.
I don't really care.
And that's what I'm saying. It's I was listening to people talking about they really they are the laziest things.
The shinies for me, for me, I don't want a shiny Bulbasaur.
You want just a normal.
I want a normal Bulbasaur because that's what Bulbasaur looks like.
Yes. I know, but what some people are saying is if they wanted them to be actually desired by everyone, they should have really made them a massive tone shift. Invert the colours, so Espeon is mostly something Glaceon is pink and black and stuff like that.
Oh yeah,
that sort of things, and it's
yeah, make them uber rare.
Yeah, make it so that they really truly stand out. Like Gyarados does. A shiny Gyarados is red.
Yeah.
It's so completely you can instantly know. Oh, that's a shiny Gyarados.
Yeah.
Why do you know? Because it's even more angry.
It's super angry.
It's super angry. How do you know it's super angry? It's red.
It went Super Saiyan mode. Except it doesn't have a hair, so it's just gone red instead.
Yeah, it's just gone massively red. Do you know what? I love Gyarados. I love Gyarados so much because literally Gyarados is, you took the piss out of me so long when I was Magikarp. Payback.
I'm gonna wreck you so much.
I am going to make. Yeah, this is. Yeah, it is at this moment you did realise you fucked up. But yeah, Pokemon Scarlet. I'm getting really, really, really tired of
The same game.
No, not just the same game, but like companies releasing a game that is clearly not in a finished state.
Mm.
I'm getting annoyed at it. I'm getting sick and tired of it.
It just feels weird that this is a Nintendo one.
Yeah, because especially now that like Nintendo had a reputation of like we haven't got Metroid Prime 4 yet.
Yeah, because of standards.
Because of the standards. Like
the thing here is that this is what everybody seems to forget, is that Pokemon's not actually made by Nintendo.
No.
It's made by Game Freak.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't think this is going to hurt Nintendo. It's going to hurt Game Freaks. It's not really going to hurt Nintendo's too much.
I know, but the point being, like, Game Freak should have...
Yeah.
It's so disappointing because, like, if it's Game Freak's decision to rush it out, then Nintendo's who has a reputation of, like, waiting until a game is ready...
Mm.
Surely that if Game Freak had turned to them and said, yeah, it's not in a ready state, we need to push it back by 6 months to a year.
The thing is here is that we could have an Anthem situation here where Game Freak only showed Nintendo the good stuff, like the stuff that worked. So Nintendo could have been like,
I'm just saying. No, what I'm saying is Game Freak. If that's the case, and Nintendo's reputation of like we won't release a game until it's ready, even to delaying a game infinitum almost.
Yeah.
If that's the case, then if Game Freak had turned around to them and said, "Yeah, it's not in a good state, it's not ready," Nintendo probably would have gone, "Yeah." Which makes me even more upset because it's like you unnecessarily rushed this out. Why are you? I'm just trying to find the logic of why they've done what they've done, and it really does suck.
It sucks.
Sucks because like
it sucks. I still want it though. Yeah. That's the annoying thing.
That the saving, like I say, unlike Anthem, Anthem and Fallout 76, unlike those two games when they got released by buggy hell landscapes with no substance. At least Pokemon, there is a Pokemon game in there.
Yeah.
And despite the fact that it is Pokemon by numbers, it's still a Pokemon game. It is still fun. Like I say, they literally gave us the best formula. They combined MMORPG mechanics with pets.
Yeah.
You literally made the game type for the largest possible demographic ever known to man. Because you have the people who like MMO RPGs.
Yep.
And you have the people like pets.
Yeah.
And both will play this game.
And you made it kid friendly.
Yeah, and it was kid friendly.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, it's like Pokemon is the largest demographic group of people that you could make a game for. And it's just like, oh, for God's sake, it's just just Game Freak. Take a step back. Think about what you want to, where you want to go with your money making franchise, and just listen to the fan base of what they want to do next. And like I say, like we've said, if you make an MMO and it works, if you make an MMO and it works and it has better multiplayer and teaming up together and all that sort of stuff, if you make a Pokemon game like that, you will literally have even more license to print money.
I guarantee there'll just be too many people playing that game.
Oh yeah,
servers will crash.
Oh, but then again, servers crash for every launch of an MMO and expansion launch of an MMO
and live services.
And live services.
Destiny. I am not looking forward to Lightfall.
Overwatch 2.
Overwatch 2. Although I generally think that was because...
Well, they got 2 DDoS attacks as well. Yeah. But I don't think they had I think they had servers for downtime Overwatch.
Yeah.
Not actual, launch Overwatch.
Yeah. The new tank's out soon.
Yes, I know. Because the new Battle Pass is out soon.
We'll find out.
Yeah, we'll find out if he's broken.
If he's broken.
Well, no, he will be. We guaranteed that.
It'll be broken.
But we'll learn. We'll find out if they've learned from the feedback from the fan base for the first battle.
They have. They did release something that was saying that they're working on sorting the battle pass.
More free stuff in the battle pass, less grindy, and basically just get rid of roll queue. Get rid of it.
I think they should put currency in the battle pass instead of their fucking charms.
That's what I'm saying. More free stuff in the battle pass, and some of the free stuff being actual currency. Because here's the thing: the weeklies. Also, here's the thing: give people a chance to actually earn a battle pass for free in the season of a battle pass.
Yeah.
Not every other battle pass you'll be on. No, fuck you. You want to do this as a free-to-play game, you fucking act like one, and not just the bullshit monetization side.
I'm sorry, but if Call of Duty can outdo you in the battle pass,
like
you've done something
you're
right.
the same fucking company as well. Like, there's no justification here of like, oh well, you know, dash company B.
I think we've turned from the Avengers bashing
to Activision Blizzard
to Overwatch 2.
To Overwatch 2 Activision.
Actually, speaking of Avengers, do you know there's been a new update for it? Do you want to know what it is?
Go on.
Winter Soldier.
That it?
Yeah, we're getting Winter Soldier.
We're getting Bucky.
We're getting Bucky.
Good for them. I mean, I'm shocked that the game isn't dead yet.
I think because it went free on the...
No, it's because it went on to the Premium Plus.
Yeah.
It's not free.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Because it was one of the games you can get for the Premium
and I
Plus.
think it's on Game Pass now, so technically, you know...
Yeah.
So,
no. Just no.
Yeah. I still play it every now and then.
I know, but
it has gotten better. But I've spent a lot of time on Captain America, and I felt like...
Yeah, you've got the what's it called? The time sinking fallibility or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
You've invested so much time in this that you can't just drop it.
Like I
literally haven't completed the story mode.
I've invested that much time. I've got the gladiator suit for Hulk.
For Hulk.
I did his battle pass.
Yeah, I literally have not completed the story mode on that. So yeah, I'm literally like, no.
Yeah, the story's not great.
No.
I know everybody at first was like, yeah, the story's really good. The first half's good. The second half just turns into like a giant...
Yeah, once they get everyone together, it's just back to lazy ass. It's some of the most laziest stuff. The beginning bit when you're following Kamala is actually pretty good.
Yeah.
And then it just falls off a cliff. It's almost like they got halfway through and went...
Although what you're expecting, these are the guys that wrote the Tomb Raider trilogy.
That is very true.
I'm sorry, I don't know about those games. I don't know like the stories and the...
Well, the fact is that they basically, for the second one, turned Lara Croft, who had grown into a strong woman, a strong character at the end of the first one, and they just basically went, no, we're going to make
Let's just reset.
We're just going to reset. So all that growth of character that she had in the first game, that's useless, pointless, and an absolute waste of time.
But anyway, I think we'll end it there.
Yeah.
We'll end it there. That was good talk. Don't do insider trading. It's bad.
It's illegal for a reason.
The new Pokemon, it's not great, but it's still good.
It's still a Pokemon game. It's just, released around about 6 months to a year too early.
Yeah, run about. God, I've got so much stuff in here. Anyway, I do hope you've enjoyed this chat. And we will see you in the next one. Bye now.
Toodles!